Recently, I've been trying to build discipline, right? Become more disciplined. And to be honest, it's been really difficult. It's been a real struggle. So what I've done is I've taken a step back, I've reassessed what I was doing, how I was doing it, and I've now come to the realization that actually I was making a few big mistakes that were really holding me back. So in this video, I thought I would share what these mistakes were, what I've learnt from them now, so that you can avoid making the same mistakes I made, and maybe your journey to becoming more disciplined is now just a little bit easier. So this is what worked for me. I hope it works even better for you. The first mistake I was making was setting goals that were way too big, and too many of them as well. So this may sound familiar, but I remember I set myself the goals that I would wake up at 5 o'clock every morning. Then I would go to the gym, I'd do a workout, come back, I'd have time set aside to do meditation, then I would read, then I'd do a full day's work, and the whole time I'd be eating clean, healthy food, right? I wasn't really doing any of these up until that point, but that didn't matter. This was going to be my new life, right? That is like getting in a car and going from 0 to 100 in half a second, right? It's not very comfortable. It's very difficult to keep in a straight line, and frankly, it's dangerous. The thing is, it's actually exciting at first. Having all of these big goals, it makes you feel like you're actually progressing, but that excitement doesn't last. Maybe the first day you do actually stick to all your goals, you wake up early, but then the next day you hit the snooze button, and a week later you've just given up on all of the goals. The sheer size of change just overwhelms you, and rather than building that momentum, it just makes you feel like you've failed right from the start. I've now come to realize that actually setting myself small incremental goals is a way better way to go about this. I don't have to overhaul my entire life all in one go. That's not how discipline works. So instead now I set myself small manageable goals. So for example, if I was going to set myself a goal to start exercising, I wouldn't set myself a goal that is exercise 7 days a week. I'd start with 2 or 3 days a week, and I'd build that habit, build the discipline around that, and then grow from there. The thing is, you can still build that life where you have the discipline to wake up early, go to the gym, meditate, read, but you don't have to do it all in one go. So just pick one of them, make that feel natural, build the habits around that, build the discipline around that, and grow from there. Just like most things, it's consistency, not intensity. It's these small wins that build upon each other. That's what's going to lead to the big changes over the period of time. The next mistake I was making was relying way too much on motivation. It's really easy to scroll through social media and to see some motivational video and then to think to yourself, right, I'm going to smash my goals for the next few days, right? And to begin with, you do, but that motivational high, that doesn't last, it wears off. And then in the end, you just end up sitting there completely unmotivated, thinking to yourself, it's okay, I'll get to this when I have some spark of inspiration. And then that turns into weeks, and you end up losing weeks and weeks of progress just because you're waiting for that motivation again. There is a great quote by James Clear in his book Atomic Habits. He says, "You don't rise to the level of your goals, you fall to the level of your systems." And when I heard this, it was just light bulb moment. It was amazing because I realized that I didn't actually have any systems. I was relying just on motivation. I now know that the solution is actually to build systems, build routines that will see me through on those days that I don't have the motivation. So to do this, you can schedule your workouts to the same time every couple of days. You can meal prep your food so you have the routine of eating the same food. You can get the same groceries delivered each week. Whatever it is, there are lots of ways you can introduce systems and routines. And this means that if you can build the habits that remove the need for motivation, it just becomes automatic. The systems will carry you through on those days that you don't have the motivation. This will help massively in terms of building discipline. The third and the biggest mistake I was making was that I did not have a strong enough why. So I used to set goals just because they sounded good. Other people were doing them, right? Things like get fit or earn so much money or whatever. And I wasn't really thinking, why do I need to do this goal? What does it actually mean to me? How does it impact me? And if you don't have a clear reason, then giving up just becomes way easier. For example, one day I'd skip the gym and I'd say, it's okay, I can go there tomorrow, I'll go there in a couple of days' time, right? That then turns into a week, turns into 2 weeks. And it was all because I didn't have a strong enough why. my discipline faded because my reasons were weak. It took me a while to realize this, but when I was analyzing why some habits stick and other habits don't stick, I realized that the habits that stuck were the ones that had this strong why behind them. I could see why doing this habit would actually impact me. For example, for me, to begin with, I wanted to lose weight because I wanted other people to think that I looked better, right? This was not a very strong why. But by taking a step back, by reassessing why do I actually want to lose weight, why do I want to lose fat, whatever, I actually came to the realization that I want to lose fat so that I can become healthier, I can feel better in my body. And this is a way stronger why. This is going to help so much more in actually sticking to habits and building that discipline. So my advice here would be that if you're struggling with building discipline, find your why. Find out, why do you want to do this? How does it impact you? And if you have your why, but you're still struggling with discipline, then maybe take a step back and reassess what this why is. Maybe there's a different way you can spin this that will give you a bit more drive, a bit more motivation. So there we go. 3 mistakes that I was making when I was building discipline, right? I really hope this is helpful. I hope that you don't make the same mistakes that I do, and that by watching this video, your journey to building discipline is just a little bit easier now. So if you've made it this far through the video, do me a favor, like the video, subscribe to the channel. It'd be great to see you again, and have a great day. I'll see you in the next video.